The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Kagos Radio Network and its website are those of the host, guest, and participants. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and/or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LGA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I'll drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last.
From deep in the desert of Nevada, broadcasting to the world, it's the Glenn Larry Show. Are you ready? What you are about to experience is real. Right along with us. From deep in the desert of Nevada, the Glenn Larry Show.
Oh, am I with you? I'll tell you for sure, everybody. My goodness, hope you had a great week. I had a great week, but it was busy. We had some interesting weather, may I say, in the desert, deep in the desert of Nevada. Thunder and lightning and rain like I've never seen it. I've been up here for almost 30 years, and never was that hard at one time, and I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. It was unbelievable. Thunder and lightning, and I'm standing by my car, and right over me, a big bang, and then a lightning strike, and it missed me by 3 feet at least. And I could smell it. My hairs on my whole body was like electrified, kind of like with the static electricity. And it really, I mean, it woke me up. I'll tell you, I mean, it scared me. It really scared me bad. And yeah, I had to have a few after that one. I'll tell you, that was a little bit too close to checking out. I think, unbelievable. Warning, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what omen. Who knows? But maybe you can tell me later what that means. But I had a golfer friend of mine that got struck by lightning, and it wasn't such a good thing for him. But he's still around. Great guy. Anyway, but yeah, had a great week. Was pretty busy. Got a lot of stuff done on the car, of course, in the studio. In contact with these guys with the Fallout. Yeah, 2025 coming up Fallout celebration will be at the in our town at the Pioneer Saloon, their third annual celebration. The 1st of November now. This is the 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of stuff happening. Games, videos, everything you can think of. Reenactments. Quite a bunch of partying people. Nice people, good food, good to everything. A lot of events going on, and they'll have that out there. You'll know what's going on. Those that are involved with this whole thing, the Fallout, which I'm getting educated fast, have a lot of fun. And they're a lot of fun people. And they're fun, and they're good people, and they have a great time, and they're very considerate of the town, which I'm very, very happy for that. And I met a couple of the guys, some of the guy organizers, and we're going to do some radio stuff. We're going to do some Fallout stuff with their Fallout radio, and Kagos is going to be a part of that. And how exciting can you imagine that's going to be? I can't wait. It's a whole new thing for me, and it's going to open a lot of doors for everybody to have fun in radio, because I love radio. Why not? You got to love radio. Yes. Want to say hello to everybody out there, wherever you're at, what time zone you might be in, and all the radio clubs out there. 73s to everybody out there. Yeah, the conditions have been very cool. K6 RCL, Dennis, and Galita. Say hello to my buddy out there, all the night drivers, of course, my radio affiliates. All small broadcasters, low power stations, AM FM stations throughout the United States that use our programming. I use some of theirs. It's kind of a nice share thing. All my Facebook friends and, of course, YouTube YouTubers. We thank you. And you'll see us in other media outlets too we're working on. And I do thank my friends locally here that helped me with that. As you tune in to K-Ghost, you may hear it on K-Ghost Radio, UFO Talk Radio, Country Vault Radio, OlympiaRadio.com, Captain Lucky's Radio, on that webpage. And it's pretty crystal clear, I tell you for sure, just like it is right now. But yeah, gosh, thank you for tuning in. I want to say hello to my friend Neil over there, Neil and Barbara, and they're in England. And I wanted to make sure that I said hello to them. Chief Hall was in the hospital earlier. I want to say hello to him. Station 23, all the people out there, all the firefighters, EMS, we thank you kindly. My friends in Reno and Texas, Randy in PA. Hello, Randy. And, of course, Kennedy in Florida. My Montana folks over there, Jake and his wife, Jake and his lady, and that little baby. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, well, I'll show you a picture of that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, to all my friends out there. And all my friends listening, we want to thank you very much. I had a great time at the Pioneer the other day. Always do. Great bands, great sound. With that rain, it sure came. We didn't float away because it's been through a lot of worse than that. But we did have some water. Pretty interesting. Yes. So much in the news. Of course, as you know, the UFO whole thing, the disclosure this second time around got even better. They got to show a film of either a drone or, of course, we call it UAP, a UFO, and it was hit by missiles, and it didn't even phase it. And they got this on film, and Congress has seen this, and they're going, whoa. So it woke up a lot of people. There's other stuff given to them, and powers to be, powers to see, who does what. That's the interesting thing. Are they paying attention? Well, now they are. It's all over the media, and you're seeing it too. So now we're saying, okay, there's a chance here. There's a chance. There's people out there in space, are aliens, may I say, are beings of some sorts. May not be what we're looking for, like us. They might be small, little, I don't know. But now it's a fact. And I sat back in my living room the other day and thinking, I go, gosh, I remember when I was just getting into it, do I believe? I've always really believed, but I always had a kind of a doubt, and I don't have a doubt now. No, I don't. And those that don't believe in UFOs or UAPs, or they think it's ours, and yes, some of them are ours. Yes, they are. And may they be, they're thinking the Tic Tacs are. It might be from Martin Marietta. We don't know. Might be from these think plants, these aerospace groups that are, subcontractors that do things with these, with NASA and everybody. They might have their own Space Force department. I wouldn't doubt it. There's a lot of money in this. And it may be where the fact where these groups of people or corporations, the skunk works or whoever out there, we don't know. We don't know. I'm telling you right now, I don't know. But I'm saying, I'm really thinking, in my own opinion, that, yeah, they got more going. What do you think? And I think there's more people involved in space and with experiments that have money. They aren't saying anything, but they're in a different cloud. And they're doing very well with their projects, and they're moving ahead. Maybe they're farther ahead than we think they are. And that is something to really think about. I'd love to have your opinions on that tonight. Yes. Once again, tragedy has really hit a sensitivity, a hurt, the worst wound ever, the worst sadness a person been taken from us. Charlie Kirk. I'm so emotional over all day long. And just like it was with the shootings in the school and the church, all this going on, the hate involved for this to happen, for free speech of whoever he was as a podcaster or his political beliefs. Who kills people? Who does that? That's a hate. And I really believe, I look back and look at all this, this was an assassination. I really think that. This was a professional that did that job. We're going to find out. So we're all saying, was this guy or that guy, this group, whatever. You don't know till we find out. And I was watching Facebook and seeing certain things on there. And boy, I'm telling you, don't jump the gun here. Don't accuse the things that aren't there and not really are happening. Let's see. Let's find out. And you talk about don't have a hate on this side. There's hate on this side. It's a lot of hate. We're going to stop the hate altogether. And of course, the show we don't talk much about politics whatsoever, our religion. It's about UFOs and ghosts and haunted houses and things like that, and funny stories and crazy stuff that goes on in the world. And that's the way I kind of want to keep it. But, I can't help what's going on around us. It's going to come out. We're going to talk about it. I get it. Okay, fine. All I ask about from you folks out there, the rules are no bad language, one call per person, and critical thinking, please, and turn your radio device down. Yeah, because it gets very confusing. It's like having three people talk at once, and you're trying to keep my conversation with you by hearing. It gets crazy. Trust me. We'll be back right after this.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job. I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Violence, theft, drugs, graffiti. It's all part of joining a gang. In times like these, we need to protect our children and our community from gangs. Gangs often prey on unsupervised teens with low self-esteem, who perform poorly in school, who seek a sense of belonging, or are simply bored. Joining a gang often involves violent hazing rituals. Once in a gang, members can become alienated from their families, school, and friends. Drugs, guns, and malicious activity are common elements in gangs. Trying to leave a gang can be a difficult and dangerous process. The best way to get out of a gang is never to join one. Protect kids from being recruited by a gang. Know who they're hanging out with. Involve kids in after-school activities and provide positive role models. Help reduce gang activities in your community by working with local law enforcement and school systems. Don't let a kid get involved with gangs. Visit ncpc.org to learn more or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Every day, people are afraid to report violent crimes. In times like these, choosing to report a crime or helping the police can be a difficult decision. A no-snitching culture has sprung up in our communities, making it unpopular and sometimes even dangerous to report a crime. Do the right thing by calling 911 or your local crime tip line. If you're the victim of a crime, report it. If you know about a crime, report it. To learn more about how to do the right thing, visit ncpc.org or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
Now, back with Glenn Larry on UFO Talk Radio, deep in the desert of Nevada.
Oh, yes, I am back. Did you get to see the blood moon? Did you get to see it? I did not see it. And I have 2 nights I looked for that. And it just didn't come up my area, I guess. I don't know what happened, man. Where's this blood moon? And I'm talking to my buddy in Arizona. He goes, not here yet. And I got my other buddy talking, in California. We didn't see it either, But one guy was watching the baseball game. They said, we saw it. And I go, well, wow. Well, I don't get it. We just didn't get it over here and in Good Springs, deep in the desert of Nevada. Didn't get it up where I'm at. And I'm saying, my goodness gracious, my moon was very bright. Well, first it was orange, and then it became bright, bright, and yeah, pretty crazy. But that's the way it is. I guess sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. So anyway, this whole disclosure thing was pretty heavy duty. I watched the whole thing. Had some great guys on the panels speaking. Some great stories. Some great background on a lot of these gentlemen. And I thought that the other side, the Congress, the political side, the special committee, let's just call it that, they were very good with some questions too. But they would often get the answer, can't talk about that. You got to talk in skiff about it or whatever, we got behind closed doors, whatever, Well, we want to hear about it, you know what I'm saying? But as I understand, and it was explained to me, they've signed some paperwork, confidentiality. You have to be very, very careful what you say, secret. You can't give secrets away. You don't want to do that because, you go to jail, you can be shot, it's not cool. And of course, as you know, that when you sign this paper, it's for life. Some it's for life. Some it's just till your career's over without you're off these projects and you're debriefed and all that. And it is serious. So, but so you're in a room and you're telling someone about a certain thing. And this certain person has a certain clearance, but this other person does not. So they shouldn't be in the room and hear this. And you're not to be able to say certain things about certain things if you're not clear on both sides. And there's a key word and there's a key code about what you're going to talk about. It's pretty in-depth. So it's just not reading off a paper and just telling your story. It's a little more than that. And then there's paperwork after that, which you guys you talked about, either it's recorded or what have you. I would love to hear somebody that's involved with that. My times have changed, of course, when I signed those papers. But it would be interesting to hear from somebody that's in the business, that's either military or is in that, the business of space and defense. That would be fun to hear from you tonight. Can open lines up here. Of course, we have the 1114 line and any other line that you know about. We may take those two, but we're going to let the 1114 line go open now.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Pahrump lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275.
So, as you know, what did you think about it? I watched both of them. I watched back to back to see what was said last time, and refresh my memory and what have you. And it was pretty close to the same. But when they showed the film, and you see this UAP, this UFO traveling by, and these missiles shooting at it, and it absorbs the missile, the shots, and it just kind of goes off its course and comes back on its course like, okay, whatever. Is that all you got type of thing? I'm going, whoa, So basically, in hearing the comments from other announcers, wow, they're in control. We're not in control. We got a problem. The whole world has a problem. If these aliens or these devices can do that, who are they? And what do they want? And why are they here all of a sudden being seen as much as possible as it can be seen, I guess? I'm waiting for the big mothership and when that happens. Then we'll have the real answers. But will we have the answers? I hear that we are talking to them already with communications. It's been said. So when you watch these guys on that board talking, you're saying to yourself, gosh, is that BS? Is this guy telling? But man, they swore. Man, if there it is, I gotta believe them. I want to believe them. Anybody calls in their stories, I believe you. You call in. I'll let you do your thing. But it's going to be when? 3, 4 years, 5, 8 years down the line till we really know really something that we see something and that's hard. Here is a disc, and this we found this at this place, and this is who took care of that matter, and these are the ones that will crash with the ship, and we have them over here. It's like that Twilight Zone television show where they had these aliens, and on their different little containers, big and tall and small. And then it reverses itself. This guy goes to the planet. He crashes on this planet. And these people are kind of friendly to him or whatever. They kind of get him an apartment, like on Earth. What they see of television transmissions or what have you. And then the guys, they open his wall up, and here are all these people looking at him. He's the Earthling, the one of the specimens. Yeah. Would you think it would go that way? Or what do you think? I mean, of course, we don't know. They're thousands and thousands of miles away. They've got to be more advanced. Of course they are. I mean, do we really matter to them? Are they scanning us for our resources on this Earth? They say there's another like Earth planet way out there that's identical. And so I'm just curious about all that. We've talked about some of this before, but I'd love to hear your comments. What do you think? And what's been going on in the world today? Lightly, as much as possible, with some thought, critical thought, thinking that you're, going to be, remember, no bad language. We don't bash anybody, and we don't talk about hate and or whose side, whatever. I don't want to hear about Democrat or Republican. I want to hear you have a solution. Does anybody have a solution? We'll see.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
Hello, caller. What's your name and where are you from? Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Glenn Larry. This is Mark Dikoff from Schenectady, New York.
Hello, Mark. And how is New York City doing?
I'm up in upstate New York, and I'm watching the moon looking right at me.
What color is your moon?
Right up in front of me, in front of my view.
What color is your moon?
It's white. I mean, the blood moon wasn't seen in the United States at this time. But the next one, I guess, is supposed to be next March.
Oh, well, then I'm going to have to look for that. Put that on the calendar. Well, I missed that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
My goodness. Well, what do you think of what's going on today? What do you think in your mind about today's news and yesterday, a couple of days ago, the hearings? What do you think about all that?
I wanted to talk to you about. You were talking about space and about aliens and about disclosure.
Yes, the disclosure. The meeting they had, the committee. Did you watch that?
I just think that disclosure is fantasy. I mean, why would the government give up control? Mm-hmm. They're controlling your mind right now. You're not real. I mean, we don't know we're being controlled because we haven't left control. Nobody has left the time that they're in except for me. I left it in 2014, and my moment is 14 digits long.
Did you get a chance? Did you get a chance? Did you get a chance before we go into the numerology number thing? Did you get a chance to watch the disclosure committee thing that was on just recently? Did you happen to see that? It was on television.
No, I didn't happen to see it
Oh
because
boy, it was
I don't
interesting.
believe what the government is trying to do. Okay, the government is controlling people's minds, and NASA was born by Hitler's Nazis.
Hmm.
I mean, so and before NASA came to be, every encyclopedia in the world had printed that we are under a dome. They found this out during World War II, that we're under a dome.
Who put that in print? Who was that? That put that in print?
What's that?
Who put that in print that we're under a dome?
Every encyclopedia has our dome measured in miles from end to end. That's printed facts from the 50s.
Huh.
And then NASA came along to change that. So everybody in the United States is under Hitler's Nazi mind control and are oblivious.
So when did it really change?
I'm sorry.
When did it really?
It's hard to hear sometimes.
When did it really change?
Well, NASA changed it when basically when John F. Kennedy went along with the Nazi plan to fool the government by creating the Apollo program. It's just, there's the moon. We're on the moon right now. We're under a dome on the moon. The structures on the moon prove that. The physics of the structures on the moon prove that there's no impacts from a void. And when there's no impacts from a void, there's no void. You see, no two objects can enter a void the same way twice. So no two objects from a void can impact any surface the same way twice. That's just logic. And logic begins at zero. And no astrophysicist has started at zero. So every astrophysicist in the world has no logic.
Interesting. Huh.
The thing is, if science means you question, and if a scientist can't consider his reason as being flawed, that's not scientific. If you don't say, well, gee, I could be wrong. If you don't, and if you're, the thing is, your reason, if you're not, it's.
Go ahead.
The thing is, people's minds are time starved. They have 2025 in their head. Some people say 2025. But the thing is, trees have been here for 5,000 years.
Oh, yeah.
So people are actually not really life forms, they're government forms because they breathe the government air. The air fed to them. 2025. Take a breath. That's not 2025 making the air. 2025 is not making the sky.
Interesting.
Your mind measures a certain amount of space and time and then creates all kinds of things from that perspective.
Right.
And until you change your perspective, until you leave where you're put, the thing is, the space where your thoughts come from, between your ears,
you could put
the number between your ears is not your own. 2025 is not your own. The people who lived, the thing is, the sun never made a negative day.
Okay.
So no day made can be measured in a negative way.
That rhymed.
Time is the total of light that the sun has made bright. And how much time has been made? Well, that's something you ask the sun. You ask the sun, how long have you shined? Well, the sun will answer you. And when it does, you have made contact.
Yes.
Contact with all of time. all the time is there.
a lot's happening. A lot's happening with the sun right now. Sun flares and some really interesting stuff. Flares are so interesting what they do to ham radio and radio waves and cell phones and electricity, EMC, everything. I mean, it could just wipe us out. One big flare could just done. We're just done. Yeah, these sound very powerful. What do you think about this object that's coming towards us from another galaxy? What do you think about that?
It's government created. And the thing is, there's no such thing as outer space. We don't see past our dome.
There's that dome again. I tell you. I mean, if we can we get what's after the dome? Anything?
There's other domes. That's what the structures on the moon are. They're domes that used to be there with civilizations that used to be there.
And ours is left over, just sitting there by ourselves?
No, ours is created. Our dome was created.
Okay.
And the people who created our dome, more than likely, were what they call the Egyptians or the Anunnaki. And they were all over the surface of the world. And when they left here to make another dome, then that's when, it could have happened where when they were exiting, they changed the light that was being created of the sun and the moon are basically mechanical reflections on arms, like on a watch.
Yes. Okay. Well, we're going into that. So basically, these domes are on the moon, and we're on the moon right now in our dome, like you're saying. So the dome, America is under a dome. Our world's under a dome, and you're saying the Egyptians had their own dome at their time. Is that what you're saying, or I'm trying to follow you?
I'm saying that whoever created our dome,
right,
went and left here and created another dome. And when they left here, it created havoc, and it might have been years before we understand it, because we found hammers in million-year-old rock. So I mean, life has been here for millions and millions and billions of years.
I don't doubt
The ground thing is, people their feet are touching 10-digit ground. 4,600,000,000 years, the ground has recorded life as being here.
Yes.
And only 4 digits are now playing in people's minds, in their consciousness. Their consciousness is not connected to the ground. It's not connected to the ground. You're not connected to the sky.
Gotcha,
You're
buddy.
disconnected.
Gosh.
Everyone is disconnected, and everybody's trying to find a connection, and that connection is their own. Everybody's time that they have between their ears has to be their own for them to have their own thoughts. You're having 2025 thoughts. You're having government thoughts. You are not a government. You are a government life form. You are not a true life form. A life form that is of the life around you. There's billions of years of life around you, touching you, looking at you. There's million-year-old life alive right now. I've met it.
Wow, interesting. My friend, I got to get some other callers. I want to thank you for calling. It's always fun to speak with you.
Yeah, thank you, Larry.
And keep watching the skies, man, okay? You got me? Does that sound like a winner?
Sounds like a winner.
All right, buddy, be well.
Be safe. Talk to you later.
We are again open the lines up for some more calls, interesting calls. We love it. Yes, we do. I do love it. We're under domes. I mean, do you believe that? It's interesting. I will never doubt anything. I don't know. I mean, I have not touched the dome yet. we'll find out. I'm going to go back and look at some encyclopedias. So I'll do.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Now, here again, Glenn Larry.
Okay, so we have these other domes on the moon, and we're on the moon in a dome. That'd be interesting. I'll put it to thought. I'll give you that much. I'll put it to thought. How's it? What has happened to you out there, callers? I've got a lot of people on right now. Quite nice. When we talked about space and these new developments, if you saw it on the, of course, the telly or on media, I'd love to hear your comments about that. Give me some comments what you thought. Also, today's happenings. Give me some comments on that. You've got to have some comments on that. You've got to have some type of thing. I'm hurt too. Just unbelievably hurt. And I think the whole world's hurt over this because it's just, we've got to stay away from the hate. Yep. It's the real world, of course. And a lot of bad things will happen. And good things. You see a lot of good things in this world. You see a lot of bad. We'll be back right after this.
Violence, theft, drugs, graffiti. It's all part of joining a gang. In times like these, we need to protect our children and our community from gangs. Gangs often prey on unsupervised teens with low self-esteem, who perform poorly in school, who seek a sense of belonging, or are simply bored. Joining a gang often involves violent hazing rituals. Once in a gang, members can become alienated from their families, school, and friends. Drugs, guns, and malicious activity are common elements in gangs. Trying to leave a gang can be a difficult and dangerous process. The best way to get out of a gang is never to join one. Protect kids from being recruited by a gang. Know who they're hanging out with. Involve kids in after-school activities and provide positive role models. Help reduce gang activities in your community by working with local law enforcement and school systems. Don't let a kid you know get involved with gangs. Visit ncpc.org to learn more or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
A lot of thought has come into my mind about holograms. Yeah, you'll see something in the clouds like a face. And sometimes these happen over third world countries. They're thinking it really is something, The newest one I saw was the light in the church looked like the Virgin Mary. That was interesting, and how they do that. They prepare it. It's just like a magic trick that they do on stage in Las Vegas. I mean, holograms are incredible. Now, you've seen these drones that make all sorts of designs in the sky and all that, but they've even got even better than that. But the hologram stuff, I mean, it's done in such a way where it could be believable. Yeah. A man on the cloud, and you're going, and you're in your binoculars, and you're looking at it, and you're seeing it. It's got to be real. Man, it's got to be a miracle. And miracles don't happen every day. Or do they? Do miracles happen every day when you don't even know they're happening? I tend to want to believe that. That's a miracle that I'm breathing. It's a miracle that my heart's working. It's a miracle. Yeah. What is your miracle? Give us story about miracles? Love to hear them. But holograms, they've gotten so well where you had Elvis standing there singing, and then you had another artist singing with Elvis, of course. But they're doing it with Michael Jackson. And Michael Jackson even comes off the stage and stands in front of you. But you're not allowed to grab him because you're not going to grab anything. But yeah, incredible stuff from you name it. Holograms. They have a right now a sheet that you can take and put over you, whoop, and they can't see you. You've seen that? That's real. It really is real. The company makes that. And they see now there's a spray. Now I'm not going to believe this. There's a spray. You spray this item. So you spray the phone, and now you can't see it. I think that's done probably with illusion with I don't know, something you can do on the computer. You think? Yeah. I have my email address for you guys. It's Glenn Larry. That's GLENN LARY 51 at gmail.com. Yeah. And send your ideas, your questions. And you can also send a donation if you like. We appreciate that. But I'd like to hear where you're from and what you thought about the show. I don't get a lot of comments. I can't see them, although I get them later from other people. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you folks. And are you going to be in Good Springs on November 14th, 15th, and 16th? If you are, I want you to stop by the station and say hello. You can't miss it. It's K-Ghost Radio. And see, do I have a picture of the station? I probably do. And feel free to stop in and wave, or just, we're going to have so many people up there. I'll be in front of the place, as a matter of fact. And it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be people in costumes. Imagine that. And here's the picture of the station. I'll put it up here for you. But that's when we had some snow. Can you see that? Yeah. That's pretty though, isn't it, that sky? Yeah. And then to get the tower, it says K-Ghost Radio there. Can't miss it. And you'll hear it as you go by. Not too loud. We keep the volume down. We don't want to wake up the whoever. People in the cemetery. Yeah. No. But yeah, you'll just stop by and see us, of course. You'll be at the Pioneer, I'm sure. And I'll be back and forth with this guy that's in radio, very well known. And I'm going to have him on in a couple nights. And he's going to talk about it, what we're going to be doing. And for those that are big, big fans of Fallout, yeah, I'm sure you might be a fan. Do you remember the game? I do. Yeah, it was big in its day. It still's big. It's huge now. And they got the Fallout and other stuff going on. Crazy stuff, man, I tell you. Yeah, so much fun. So you get a chance, do stop by. You're always welcome, K-Ghost Radio. And email me. I appreciate it. We're going to take some more callers.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
Oh, yeah. Do you feel that? I tell you should play more of this on the Midnight Talk Radio side with some other type of music. When I see lightning, I'm inside from now on. I think I told you earlier. 3 feet away, but getting hit by lightning the other night. man, it came down so hard in different places, and I'm telling you, you don't have a chance. You don't know when you're going to get hit by lightning, and it does happen. People die all the time by it. My golfer buddy, I mean, he, Mr. Trevino, he got hit, and it went through one area to the other. But sometimes if you're in a certain area, grounded how it works, it just is unbelievable. But I could smell it, and it was just, oh man, it was loud, right next to me and over me. Yeah, it was just unbelievable. And I'm blown away that I'm still here, because I could have been standing there, and that would have been none. You wouldn't be seeing. You would not be seeing me tonight. I would not be here. You might hear about it. Local DJ is hit by lightning. What type of show did you have that night? Yeah, you never know. To a lot of my high school folks calling me all the time, and I appreciate you. Sorry I didn't make the class reunion. Love you though. But a lot of great people out there, and a lot of folks are getting a hold of everybody. The older you get, I wonder how that guy's doing, you know. She's still alive, you know. Yeah, well, I'm still alive, thank God. And trying to stay that way. How many folks out there have had open heart surgery and a bypass? On today's technology, is unbelievable. A friend of mine, elderly lady, friend of mine, very sweet lady, had a pacemaker put in. And that's quite a job, because they got you connected here and there and all that, the wires and what have you. And I'm sure she's hurting a little bit. And yeah, I have a friend that's like in his 20s has got one. He's had it for years. He's had one replaced. And yeah, it's that rhythm of the heart. Make sure it's always you're doing the right rhythm, either slow or fast, I guess. But yeah, they can do anything these days. It's incredible. And my prayers are with her. She knows who she is. She might be listening. So, had a comment on my email about Stephen Gibbs. He was the time traveler that I had on many years ago. Quite a show. He's got a picture of Stephen up here. I'm sure I do. There it is. There he is. Now this guy built several time machines, and he sold them. Yes, he did. Art Bell had one. One was set. I think he bought one too. And a friend of mine, which is his friend, sent me his. I ended up paying $300-something for it, but he actually sold about 28 of them. And some folks have used those time machines and aren't around. I don't know the real story, but what I've heard that some have gone back into time and have not come back. Now, I do have Steve, a recording of Steve, and I wonder if I've got that in my memoirs here. I wonder if by chance we had him on twice. Now, he was on Coast to Coast and the Art Bell Show and a couple other folks in the show. And it was interesting. Do I have Stephen Gibbs? I thought I had him here. Maybe not. No, they do. They have me doing the weather. It's another story. No, but I will bring him up again one of these days. Let me see here, because he was such an interesting guy, and I believed a lot of stuff he said. Now, there's another guy, another guy that may move my mic stand there. Let's see here. I think I may have the soundtrack of Stephen Gibbs. Oh, God, I'm sure I do. Yeah, here we go. This is kind of a fast interview. Pretty cool. Time travel. We're back, everybody, and I'm going to have a gentleman on the line. His name is Stephen Gibbs. And I'm telling you, if you believe in time travel, here is the man. Everybody, Stephen, are you there with me?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, fantastic. Great connection, by the way. Great
Years
connection.
ago. Years ago.
Do I call you Steve or Steven? How do you prefer? What?
Mr. Stephen Gibbs or Stephen Gibbs, it don't matter.
All right, Stephen Gibbs. It is. Fantastic. Well, how did you ever? I mean, I hear so much about you these days, and I know there's a lot of folks buying your machine or your device. And my question is, how did you ever get involved in the interest of time travel?
Well, back in 1985, I was contacted by two time travelers who I found out later came in from around the year 2250 AD. And they imparted me a schematic for what was first called the sonic resonator.
So someone sent you the drawings for this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first simplified drawings. It didn't work very well, but I had to improve on it. But anyhow, the sonic resonator then evolved into the HDR unit, which I now sell. And but the first schematic that they sent to me, the diodes burn out after something like 3 or 4 uses. And
well, no, let's wait for 1 second here now. The diode, this is inside the unit, sir?
Yeah. It has 6 diodes and
Totally
1
great.
capacitor for stabilizing the current or frequency.
I understand this thing. How is it run by batteries, or how's it run?
You just plug it into a wall outlet.
That's all you do.
Usually people ask me, why do you have it plugged into a wall outlet? And he says, well, you see, you don't need it battery operated, because when you get sent physically through time with the unit, you're usually the unit won't go with you, because usually there's a delayed reaction, like 1 or 2 hours.
Right.
And anyhow, you're given about a 7-hour time limit in the past or future, wherever it is you want to go.
Interesting guy. I'm telling you. Yeah, Stephen Gibbs. And that's the answer I'm giving back to you. Yes, I do still have the shows. And that was when I first started doing my radio shows with time travel. I love it too. A lot of Art Bellish. Yeah. Very close. Have a lot of fun with radio. Why not? Everybody, for God's sake. I knew Art Bell, and he had a lot of fun. Trust me. If you knew what was behind the scenes, I think you would be holding your belly and rolling on the floor. I really think so. Yeah, because he was quite the guy and quite the smart, intelligent man. Ham operator. Yeah, and on 440 quite a bit. And I got to meet him several times, and which would call me by name. I wasn't kissing cousins or best of friends, no, but we were radio friends. And if you didn't talk to Art with smarts and knowledge and something to talk about that's interesting, he kind of he got things to do, type of guy. Yeah. So I don't blame him, because he was a busy man, very busy, and having fun in life. Life took a turn for him, though, and he dealt with that. And then we lost him. Terrible. On Friday the 13th of all things. Imagine that. What a day to go out. And he did. Yeah. We love you, Art Bell, and thank you for all your help that you did for me. I must say that to everybody to hear that. So, now we were talking earlier about what's going on today. My friend from New York did not know, because I guess he doesn't watch a lot of television. I know he's busy with other things. He's a very intelligent guy. Enjoy having him on. When you have things happen to you, like a UFO experience, or a vision, you've been told this is what's going on, this is what's happening. Give me a call. Let's talk about it, because it might mean something to somebody else out there. They might say, I had the same vision, same dream. It's happened. And your story about your UFO that you've seen, And I've had some cool calls on that one. Trust me. And I have to go through some archives and just dub down a bunch of talks, conversations with folks that have called in, and make that a good run, and use that on the show some night. I do still have them. I've got more storage now. Imagine that. Yeah, my company that I stream through had to pay a little more to do that, so I can archive them and, of course, do my own dubbing and have those shows like that. People go, where do I go to see your shows? You can go to YouTube. They're all on there. You just go to my page, my YouTube page, K Ghost Radio, Larry Glenn Anderson, Glenn Larry, and you will see all the shows that we've done and have some of those. High marks, a lot of high numbers and low numbers. Then we're on a couple other, like iHeart. We're on, of course, K Ghost Radio. That's the radio side. People sometimes they don't want to watch me, which is fine. And then they can hear on all the different areas that I'm on, and it's easy for them to do that. I have one guy doesn't have internet, or he doesn't know how to work YouTube and all that. So what does he do? He goes straight to my radio side, which is fine, you know. We're going to have a marathon coming up, probably in November, after this whole thing's over with the the Fallout people. We're going to have a marathon, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that too. So look forward to that. I want to thank you kindly for taking the time to tune in, everybody. And I know that some of you out there are afraid to call in, or do not want to be on the radio, but they have ideas. So again, I ask you to email me with your ideas or something that's happened, maybe your story. You can go ahead and email me at Glenn Larry, GLENNLARY, Glenn Larry 51, like Area 51, gmail.com, and you will be in contact with me. I will email you back. Kind of the safest way. I get messages as a messenger and stuff, but I don't know who's who, you know, and all that. I got a couple of guys on Ghost Adventures, and they're true. I know them personally. I got to make sure it's them, because there's a lot of phonies out there selling stuff for you to buy. It's not even has anything to do with it whatsoever, and that, you know, burns me. I've had a couple things like that happen. If you go to kghostradio.com, well, you're going to find out that kghostradio.com is kghostradio.com, but there's a K-Ghost out there. That's not me. Some other guy doing some other type of music. So don't be fooled, whatever. I'll tell you for sure. Again, thank you so very much. We're going to cut it short tonight, and let's all pray for that beautiful family, Charlie Kirk's family. Pray for the family and for healing in America. Stop the hate. We've got to stop the hate.